Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome again to another Fireside Chat with Pastor Jason. Thanks for coming and joining us this evening with the warmer weather. It's still wonderful to get outside and enjoy God's creation as well as the fire. We are putting Psalm 23 behind us, and I thought Shannon, my wife, and I have been reading this cool book on Christian contentment by Andrew Davis. The Power of Christian Contentment, Finding Deeper, Richer, Christ-Centered Joy. And this book has been just a wonderful encouragement and challenge to us, particularly in this time that we all find ourselves in, where, at least for me, the idea of contentment is a real challenge, because I'm so much not wanting to be content. I want things to go back to the way they were, and I want things to go back to the way they were now. And yet what we know is that God has given us so much more. He's given us contentment as a special gift to us. And I think that so many times we don't even consider contentment as something that is ours, and is something that we should be contemplating, that we should be reminding ourselves of. In fact, I would say that it's a little bit like something that we just forget about. Maybe somebody would talk about contentment a little bit, and then all of a sudden, boom, you forget about it, and you just keep going on with your life the way that it is. But when somebody presents you with it, like we see here in Philippians, and this is where we're going to be spending our time for the next couple fireside chats. I'm not sure how long we're going to stay here. We'll see how long the Lord keeps us here. But we see in Philippians chapter 4 this amazing set of verses that the Apostle Paul is passing on to the Philippian church. And he says this, but I rejoiced in the Lord greatly that now at last you have revived your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned before, but you lacked opportunity. Now that I speak, not that I speak from want, for I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am. I know how to get along with humble means, and I also know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. The Apostle Paul's attitude and what he'd learned, that, his contentment with the Lord didn't waver depending on whether or not he was being blessed and had much, or had hardly anything, and was hungry, or was just feasting. And that is such a challenge to me, and we're going to be looking at this time and time again for our next couple fireside chats. And let me just close with this one cool illustration from this book that I thought, man, was so telling and so helpful. And in his book, Davis talks about this farmer in Brazil, and he is doing what he normally does. He's farming, and as he's finishing up his day, he decides, oh man, it's been a long day, I need to go get some water. So he goes to the river, and as he goes to the river and he's putting his foot into the river to get some water, he sees something with his foot that's kind of stuck in the mud. And it looks like something shiny like a rock. So he reaches in and he grabs it. And as he pulls it out, he can't believe what it is. It's a diamond. And it's 14 carats. It's a monster diamond. And he takes that diamond, and then he has, somebody who knows about diamonds cut away all the impurities. And then what he's left with is a 6-carat monster, just giant diamond. And what makes this diamond even more amazing than any other diamond is it's a red diamond, which just means that it is totally rare. And he sells this diamond, I think it was around 2002 or something, and they say that the price that he got for the diamond was probably $8 million or more. And just think about the fact that this man, for how many years, worked in his field, worked in his farm, went to this particular part of the river, no doubt walked right over that muddy section where he was walking, not knowing that all that time, this wonderful treasure was lying beneath the surface. And then the Lord allowed him to find it. And I think in so many cases, that's what Christian contentment is for us. It's something that's below the surface that we can't see, that we don't talk about, that we don't think about much. But as we're reminded by the Apostle Paul, it is something that is so precious that we can rejoice in and that we can be thankful in. So I look forward to you coming back as we embark on this journey of finding Christian contentment in God's Word in all of our circumstances, so that ultimately, as we grow more and more in our Christian contentment, that we would give God glory more, that we'd be more of a testimony for others, and that we'd be an encouragement to one another as, no matter what the circumstances are, we reveal contentment. So thanks, guys.